G'day guys, your old pal Nick here from the Bulldog Fanatic YouTube channel, and welcome back to today's video as we're reviewing the Bulldogs' 9-point win over the Gold Coast Suns on the Gold Coast on a wet, windy Sunday afternoon. Let's get into it. So the Bulldogs won 11-11-77 to the Gold Coast Suns 9-14-68 in what was a very interesting game with different swings and momentum depending which team had the wind. That's right, there was a wind advantage. It was quite windy on the Gold Coast then. Most of the goals were kicked to the left of the screen if you were watching it on the tally like I was, because the wind was going that way. The wind was favouring that direction, and it's no coincidence that whichever team had the wind in what quarter, they kicked more of the goals. So in the first quarter, the Dogs kicked 2-1, having the wind advantage. In the second quarter, the Suns won the quarter 5-3, having the wind advantage. In the third quarter, the Bulldogs kicked 5-0 in having the win advantage in the third quarter, and in the last quarter, the Suns kicked 3-1, having the win advantage in the last quarter. So it really was just like who took their opportunities more when you had the wind, and clearly the Bulldogs did. And what did it for the Bulldogs was a third quarter blitz. The Suns didn't kick a goal, but the Dogs kicked 5 straight goals in a row in pretty quick time as well. They pretty much killed the game. It's another game where the Bulldogs just found a way to win, even if it wasn't pretty. Similar to the win last week against West Coast. It was just key moments by individual players that got us over the line again. And I don't know if that's great going forward, but it's kind of admirable. We're finding ways to win, even if we're not playing our best footy. It's just very different to last year, as I've stated quite a number of times on this channel. But I'm more satisfied with this win than I was last week against West Coast, because yes, the Suns are horribly out of form, and they've lost 7 in a row. But beating the Suns up there is never easy. So, I mean, we're underdogs heading into this game. So, I'm still pretty stoked for the win, even if we nearly bottled the lead late in the last quarter when the Suns were coming and started to play some okay footy, having the wind advantage. So, yeah, that was stressful that last quarter, but we held on. Our defense, I thought for most of the game, was fantastic. Similar to some of our other wins this year, we won the game even though we lost a lot of key statistics. We lost disposals, we lost the count in disposals, contested possessions, clearances, inside 50s, and we even lost the tackle count badly. We lost the tackle count by 20, even though we were down disposals by by over 50. We lost the tackle count by 20, which is not great. It just shows that I don't know how we won. It just means that we executed really well when going inside 50, and it was just like critical moments, like the quality of our disposals and the quality of our clearances, also the quantity. And in terms of disposal getters, yeah, there was only 3 Bulldogs players, 3 or 4 Dogs players that had over 20 touches. I think the Suns had like 10 players with over 20 touches, or something like that. So it did show us like quality over quantity for the Bulldogs on Sunday, which is really nice to see. Got to talk about some individuals, and I got to start off with our skipper, Marcus Montpellier again, who in my opinion was the best player on the ground. And the coaches, both coaches agreed he was the best player on the ground, as he got 10 coaches' votes, so that's very nice to see. But Bont had 23 touches, 9 score involvements, which was the most on the ground, and 14 contested possessions, which was the most for us, and of course, 3 goals. So good again. That first goal especially, which was our first goal of the game, so much aura right there. That was like really hot, and the 5 starter we needed. I could not believe he was left on his own for a lot of the game with time and space in our foreline. That's actually just crazy, and I love it. Can that happen to Bont every week? Just him being left alone inside our forward 50. But no, in all seriousness though, it's just awesome win, and again, he only had 23 disposals, but again, it's the quality of those disposals, and Bont doesn't need to have a 30 plus disposals to be the best player on the ground, and Sunday was one of those instances where it proved correct. Another player I want to talk about is Matthew Kennedy. Now, Matthew Kennedy's played every game this year, but he's been good, but it's been far from below the standards of 2025, which is outstanding. Now, leading into this game, he only kicked 3 goals, but guess what he did on Sunday? He doubled his goal tally by kicking 3 goals, as well as having 17 disposals and 6 marks, playing as like a high half forward, essentially. And he was awesome. He was so good, just taking big clunks and kicking. All these goals came from set shots as well. And considering a lot of our set shot goal kicking on Sunday wasn't the best, he slotted all these goals from set shots, and they were very, very crucial, including 2 in the third quarter. So that was very nice. Yeah, it was just nice seeing Matt Kennedy of 2025 again on Sunday. It felt like 2025 Matt Kennedy had returned. So that was very nice to see. And maybe I'm just being silly, I don't know. But he did have his second kid during the week. So he and his wife did have their second son born during the week. And maybe that's just created a spring in his step, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But he had a very good game and an even better week by welcoming his second son into the world. So congratulations, Matthew Kennedy. The last individual I want to talk about is Bailey Truck Williams. He was awesome. I said in the preview that I want him to do the Bailey Dale roll, and he did the Bailey Dale roll, minus the kick-ins. He didn't take any kick-ins. Williams had 29 disposals, 11 rebound 50s, 776 meters gained, and 9 intercept possessions, which was a team high. God, he was good. He was so good. Just being a cool, calm head back there, just doing everything that I love about Bailey Williams. And that's being composed, making the right decision by foot, and just, being cool under pressure. Like, it was just a classic Bailey Williams game, but even better, because in my opinion, his best spot is halfback, and he has been playing higher up the ground the last few years, but he filled in the Bailey Dale role so good, and I'm so glad he got 6 coaches' votes, because I thought he was absolutely terrific, especially down the stretch of the game where the Suns just kept pelting it in with inside 50s. So nice to see Bailey Williams play an awesome game, because he was kind of out of groove last week. He only had like 9 touches last week, and he had low time on ground. Not the case against the Suns. So Bailey Williams played the Bailey Dale role beautifully and will be very handy in the next month or so. Other players I want to mention, Riley Sanders. I thought he was really good, coming back with clearly a hand strap thing on, because he got a hand injury last week at training. So I thought he was really good. Riley Sanders in return. Joel Frazier. He only had the 11 disposals, but I actually thought he played pretty well. I thought the effort and intensity was really there. Yeah, and I thought his pressure was fantastic. So it was nice to see Joel Frazier play okay. Better than last week against the Eagles, I know that. Does he keep his spot? I don't know. But I didn't think he was the worst out there, Joel Frazier. So yeah, and Aaron Norton. I thought Aaron Norton, again, he took some big clunks, and I thought his second and third efforts were fantastic as usual. It's just the central goal kicking was a little off on Sunday, but it's nice to see him kick a goal and keep his goal streak alive. Where to from here? Well, we're sitting nicely inside the wildcard due to results going our way. We're sitting 7th. We're half a game ahead of Collingwood. We're a game clear of the Cats, and we're 3 games clear of St Kilda, Carlton, North Melbourne, and GWS. So, and we've only 5 games left, and we're 3 games inside the wildcard. It's going to be pretty hard for us to drop out. So we won and results went our way. So that is very, very nice indeed, especially GWS losing to Essendon somehow. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know, but we're still a game outside the top 6. So top 6 is still somewhat plausible, but I think it's more unlikely given our horrible percentage still. But you never know. Top 6 is still a chance for us. And that game, even though we won, that game didn't really convince me that we're going to do anything special in September. I mean, we lost a lot of key metrics again. And again, just like the Eagles game, took some individual superstars to get us over the line. Albeit it was a much better performance than the West Coast game for sure. But I don't know where this leads us. But all I know is we're really punching above our weight this year, considering a lot of the adversity against us with injury and a lot of key statistics going against us. Final thoughts, guys. I'm just happy we got the job done. I'm more satisfied than I was last week against the Eagles. And very importantly, no injuries from that game, which is very, very nice. But anyways, we have Richmond next in round 20. The now last place Richmond at Marvel Stadium. So, yeah, I'm excited for the game and I'll be going to it. So that'll be pretty nice. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Subscribe for more Bulldogs content. Our preview for the Richmond game will be out in a few days. So look forward to that. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy the vid. And as always, go you mighty Bulldogs. See you next time.